welcome back to my channel. I'm Nadine. If this is your first time stopping by, hey, and if you are a returning subscriber, hey, it's good to see you guys and thank you guys so much for watching my videos. So in today's video, whew, Lord, I'm gonna be talking all things dating. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one. I don't actually know where I'm gonna go with this video. I just decided to film. I just wanted to talk about it, so here we go. I'm gonna talk and we'll see if there is some type of coherence in this video once it's done. Anyway, so yeah, Lord, where do I even start? Like, the weather is so bad here today, like it's insane. Do you know what, it's actually the perfect day to talk about dating, because I feel like it's so fitting that we're outside to my dating life. It's dull. It's just like nobody wants to come near me when it's like literally, because it's raining outside. But I just feel like, you know, when it's raining, you don't want to leave the house, you just want to stay home and kind of like be in bed all day. And the cloud, it's just dead, and I feel like it literally resembles my dating life, if I'm being truthful. So yeah, okay, let's just get into the video. I don't really know where I'm gonna start. To be honest, guys, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm sharing, you know, a little bit of me, and it's like, oh. Anyway, okay. So yeah, I don't know, like I just feel like dating for me is just something that it ain't happening, if I'm being completely honest. It don't go nowhere. I don't see nobody see me. Anyway, I'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory. Yeah, like I've never had a lot of interaction with guys. I went to an all-girls school. You know, my first high school was an all-girls school in Birmingham, and then when I moved to the northeast, Newcastle ways, I was in a mixed school for about a brief period. And then when I moved to Sunderland, which is just in the outskirts of Newcastle, I was in an all-girls school, all-girls Catholic school. So that was up until the age of, you know, 17, because I did my A-levels. Well, I did my first year of A-levels there as well. My mom was like, no, girl, you ain't going there, nowhere near you boys. She's like, you're going to a girls' school, and that's that. When I started college, so I did my first year of college in Sunderland, then I moved. So after then, like at that point, I was in my second year of college. I went to a college that was mixed with boys and girls, different ages, different races. So that was the first time I'd say I started interaction with guys. A lot of the guys at the time, you know, especially back in the days, they were looking for their, you know, no, there was nothing wrong with that, but like I wasn't seen as, you know, the girl that people would go for, in terms of like they'd like the light-skinned girls, the white chicks, you know, specific races they would go for, and like I just wasn't in that pool, and me and a lot of my friends went in that pool. So that was kind of that. And then obviously university came around, and yeah, my first year of university, I did my first year of university at home. So I stayed in Cardiff, I stayed in Wales, and I studied media, so I was in the creative arts, and I went to the University of Wales. My campus wasn't necessarily the heart of the university, it was in the city centre. So yeah, my first year of university, again, not a lot of dating. It was just sort of like me and my friends. I think around that point, around my first year of university as well, that's when a lot of all these online dating apps kind of like came about. I remember the first one I ever signed up to was this app called Badoo, and then I think around Tinder times as well, so I had the Tinder thing. But the thing is with those like online dating, it didn't work for me, and I'm gonna go into it now as well. Like it still doesn't work for me, and I think maybe most of the times I felt like it was just one of those things where I was doing it just for attention, maybe just to, you know, have a little compliment, you know, like, oh, you're so gorgeous, or you know. So it was like, it was a nice ego booster, and I was just like, yeah, I want a little bit of attention, so I'll just quickly log on, and then little messages, I'm like, oh, I'm good now, I'm off and I'm good to go. That's what it was. I didn't actually think I took it seriously, and it wasn't so serious to me at the time, where I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to find someone. So nothing ever stemmed from it, nothing ever brewed from any of those like online dating platforms. For my second and third year of university, I ended up transferring from Cardiff to Birmingham City, which is where, oh my god, yeah, I had so much fun. And again, the same thing, like even though I was in a bigger city now, more diversity, more culture, guys just never ever, I was just not, no one ever really came to me, everyone ever moved to me. I've never been asked once on a date throughout my entire university experience, like ever. And then I'd have friends, you know, who'd go on dates and like would be out together, and guys would come to them, and I'd kind of just be singled out, like no one's ever coming to me, no one's talking to me, because I'm very picky. That's another thing with me, I feel like I'm very picky, and I don't know whether I give off that aura. I've been told quite a few times that I do, but we're gonna leave it at that. But I think now that I'm older, like obviously uni's ended, a lot of my friends met their partners before or during uni, and a lot of their relationships have now kind of like grown, you know, when we're like in our mid-20s now. So it's like, yeah, they've all been together for a while, and I'm sort of like, I'm still here at the beginning. Like, I'm still like, my personal life is so PG-12, not even 12, just PG. You know, I'm still here like, yeah, I don't really go on dates, never really had a boyfriend, and I'm 24, and I'm just sort of here like, I'm gonna be like 25 in a few months, and then before you know it, I'm gonna be 30, and I'm like, god damn it, like, am I really gonna be like single forever? But I do feel like sometimes, like, I'm not the best when it comes to interaction with guys. Like, I always get a little bit nervous, or if I am liking someone, I don't really ever like say how I'm feeling, and I just kind of like, I'm just really weird, you know, and maybe I give off like a weird vibe, so guys are a bit like, oh, okay, like, no to you, you look crazy. Like, and I always say this to my friends, like, I feel like I just, yeah, it kind of be a bit awkward sometimes. Like, I just feel like I don't know how to really interact with them sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to being like on a romantic level. But yeah, so I don't know, like, I don't know, is it me? Is it me? Probably, yeah, let's be real, it is me. And now as well, like, with the whole rise of online dating, because yeah, that's like, I just feel like online dating for me is just such a shambles. Like, capital S is a shambles, okay? Online dating is just horrendous. I find it just annoying. It doesn't work for me, and I'm just sick and tired, because I'm like, if this is the way to actually really meet someone in today's society, then I guess I'm really screwed, because it ain't happening. It really isn't happening. I don't really like it. But the main online, my main online form of dating right now is this app called Badoo. So it's like the one where the other woman has to message first, and I quite like that. I don't mind. I think it's a little bit fun. It's different. Yeah, that app has just been a waste of my time, if I'm being honest. The guys on there are just, they're time wasters. They're just time wasters, and I'm just like, what the heck am I still doing here? Like, it's actually a joke. Let me give you guys, okay, so the thing is with me, like, I'm very picky, right? So the fact that I'm very picky, I feel like if I do find someone that I actually do find attractive, I'm definitely gonna like let my thoughts and my feelings be known. So yeah, so when I do match with someone, I feel like it's I generally like that person. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna play games. Like, I just hate the idea of playing games. Like, oh, you text me, I'm gonna wait 2 days to get back to you. And I just feel like, you know, when it comes to online dating, sometimes there's a certain detachment that comes from, you know, speaking to people online. Like, I feel like a lot of guys feel like they can say a lot of inappropriate things and get away with it because they're talking to, basically they're just typing and texting. You know what I mean? They don't know your personality. They don't know you. There's no attachment. So they can speak to you in whatever manner they like. And I just find that, so sometimes I find that really hard to kind of like grasp, because I hate that. Like, I hate like inappropriate talk. I hate, you know, the fact that I'll get messages sometimes, like all these fetish weird, like, you know, fetishization of like black women, because yeah, I do date white guys, like, okay, yeah. And some of the guys that I'm talking to, I'm a bit like, yeah, you're just doing too much, and I don't like it. Can we just have a conversation and let's just see where it goes? There's no need for all this, oh my goodness, goddess, queen, this, that, this, all over the place. I just find it too cringy, and I don't like it, you know? Like, a few months, actually last year, so about a year ago, that was like the first time I'd ever met anyone on the app. Like, we actually hung out. I'm not gonna mention names, because they might see the video. But yeah, I met this guy. He was from Switzerland. He was doing his masters or whatever he was doing in the country, and we hung out quite a few times. He seemed like my type on, you know, visually. He was kind of the type I'd go for. And the thing is with me, I don't go for pretty boys. I like a little bit of a rough kind of like looking guy, you know. Yeah, I like a rough looking guy. I don't want like a pretty boy with like, you know, like perfect eyebrows, like like, yeah, I can appreciate those like features, like a strong jawline, which I actually do love, by the way. But yeah, I like a rough looking guy. Like, this guy had a bit of like a, you know, like a bit of a crooked, broken nose, which I found quite attractive. He wasn't like the most handsome, I'd say, but it was definitely kind of like my vibe. That's what I'd go for. If you ask my friends, they're always so confused. They're like, you're so picky, but then the guys that you end up really liking, it's just a bit like, I'm confused, you know. Everyone always laughs at me, you know, they don't like my taste, but I don't care. I like what I like. Ended up hanging out, and this guy literally ended up telling me he doesn't believe in monogamy, like he likes all polygamy, whatever you want to call it, like he's into that kind of stuff. And I was just a bit like, okay, like, why, you know, my profile, it literally says like a serious relationship, that's what I'm looking for, and you're out here telling me that you're into, I don't know whether it was on his profile or not, I can't actually remember, maybe it was. No, it wasn't, because I'd have definitely known. And then another thing, like, he was very kind of like sexual, you know, out there. And I don't know, I'm not too, I kind of want you to be a little bit more reserved. Don't be too out there, do you know what I mean? Like, I just find it a little bit unattractive. At first I was like, oh, it's fine, you know, like I do find you attractive, so I'll play along with you, we'll flirt, all that kind of stuff. It was great, you know, there was definitely like chemistry, like I definitely did find him attractive. But then we obviously talked a little bit more, and he was very informed, which I quite like as well. And he dated other girls, like other black girls. I like that. I like the fact that I'm not your experiment. You know what I mean? Like, I find like sometimes when it comes to dating white guys, it's for them, it's like, oh, you know, they don't necessarily say it, but you can just see from the way they talk to you, like, have a good time, and I'm just not for that. So if that's the thing, you just step to the side. I don't want to know. So from speaking to this guy, because we spoke quite a few times before we ended up meeting up, he just seemed like a genuine guy. I hung out with him a second time, and then it was just more so the whole thing about, yeah, dating like multiple people or not having like one strict relationship. Like, he likes to experiment, not experiment, but like be with multiple different people to achieve his true serendipity or all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, happiness can come, I get that, doing things for yourself and happiness, but really, like, that's a bit, so I don't know, I don't get the whole thing. If I'm interested in you, I only have my mind and my time for one person. I can't do it with like 2 other people, you know what I mean? Like, it's enough dating just one person. So anyway, that's what he was about. I think the last time I saw him, it was just before I went on holiday, and then I think the last time we actually planned on hanging out or going to see a movie, and then he cancelled on me to go hang out with his friends at a party, and I was like, okay, cool. And then he did message me a couple of times after that when he was finally back in Switzerland or something, and I was just like, nah. I called him out, because the thing is with me, like, when I'm annoyed at someone, I don't ever say how I'm feeling at that time. I just kind of like brush it aside. So yeah, but he was one of like the best ones, I'd say, that I'd actually gone out with. And then I think, did I meet anyone else? Have I met anyone else? No, I haven't actually on Bumble. He was the only one. And I've talked to other guys. Oh, guys, like, online dating is actually a shambles. Like, it's actually a mess. Like, I remember I was speaking to this one guy. We spoke for about maybe a month or so, and he just kept cancelling our plans. Like, that was so irritating to me, because I'm sort of like, if I'm gonna make the plans with you, we're gonna go through with them. And this guy, he told me he was an investment banker or whatever it was. He was working investing or something, I don't know, and he worked crazy hours. And I'm like, that's fine, because I work mad hours. I work in TV, you know, like, I'm working 12-hour days, I'm working night shifts, I'm working 9 till 9. Like, I get it, I get like having a hectic work schedule, but if I can make time, surely you can reciprocate that, right? So this guy would make plans with me. He'd be like, let's go out. Fine, the day would come, and then he'd cancel on me, telling me he got called into work or he has to stay late. And I'm quite an understanding person, because I know, like, work is important, that's your work. Yeah, for a girl, like, I mean, you don't know me like that for you to be cancelling like work or anything like that, and I wouldn't expect that anyway. He just expected for me to like open up my schedule for him just like that. And it was just very strange, because we spoke for a while, we talked on the phone, we'd video chat, and it really put me off a little while, because I was like, well, how the hell can you be talking to me for so long, we're making plans, and you can't even follow through with them? You know, I think one of his excuses one time was that he had to go pick up his friend's car from the airport, and I was just there like, eh? Yeah, going to. I was sort of like, okay, fine. And then the second time was he got called into work, and then the third time was he had to stay late at work or some ish like that, because then he would message me at like 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm already home. And once I'm home, I'm not leaving, you know? He's like, oh, can we go hang out now? And I'm like, no, because you can't just expect to message me and expect me to like drop everything I'm doing and come out and go hang out with you. Like, that's not happening. I'm not, no. If you're gonna hang out with me for the first time, we're doing it in daylight. You're taking me out where there's other people, and yeah, you know, so it was just that was just a very annoying situation. And I remember like that ended because I think one time we made plans, and on my way home to get ready and go meet this guy, he literally cancelled on me. And I was so irritated, so irritated. So I just sent him a long ass text, and I was like, look, this is not working out. I don't see the point in this, da 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 da. And the guy read my message and he just ignored it. He didn't even respond. And I was just like, how dare you? Like, I was so irritated. And I was even thinking, not even an apology. Like, how can you cancel on someone so many times? You know, he seemed like a really nice guy, but it was just the cancelling thing that was just really irritating. So when I did tell him that, you know, let's just call it what it is, there's no point in just kind of like saying we're gonna hang out and then we don't hang out. And this was like maybe the 4th or 5th time he'd done this. So I'm like, how the hell did I let one person go after one kind of cancelling, and then you, to be honest, with the first guy was never gonna work out anyway, but him, like, dude, like, you know? I think maybe like a few weeks later, I went out with friends. I got a little bit tipsy, not gonna lie. And my friend, Rihanna, you remember this day, I was talking to her about it because she knew about the whole situation. And she was just sort of like, yeah, maybe just, you know, text him and tell him the message you sent. Because I was like, oh, it's a bit of a shame. Because I really thought he'd be like, oh, look, I'm so sorry. Like, let's just kind of like rearrange for another day. Da, 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 da. But he didn't. So she was like, okay, maybe you should just text him and tell him the message you sent was a little bit harsh. And that you were just kind of like upset. So I, you know, me being me, I ended up just calling the guy and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, because we'd been speaking for so long, I think there was like a little bit of an emotional connection. Your personality wise, we seem to get on, you know, like he's got banter, he's got jokes. I liked it, you know. So I was like, oh, like we could have seen what went on maybe if I didn't act too hastily, but I'm like, I didn't act too hastily, like it was justified, my reaction, you know. So anyway, I was like, okay, let me just call him. So I spoke to him, I called him, we spoke for a quick second or two. And then this guy had the audacity to say to me, yeah, the message you sent me, like the last message I sent him was so off-putting, and that he had a lot of things going on and that it should have been more understanding. And I was just flabbergasted. When I say flabbergasted, I was shocked. I was like, excuse you, you could have just said, you know, if you knew this wasn't the right time for you and you weren't wanting to date and stuff, then why were you talking to me? You could have just said to me, look, Nadine, I've got a lot going on right now. I don't think I'd be able to like meet up with you at this point, like, and I'd have been like, okay, cool, fine, you know, just leave it as it is. But the fact that you kept coming at me and, oh, let's rearrange, oh, let's do this, and then cancelling, it's like, what the freak, man, you're messing me about, like. And he told me my message was off-putting. I'm thinking you're off-putting. And maybe, to be honest, maybe it was a sign like he just didn't want to hang out with me. So maybe that's why I kept cancelling and I wasn't reading into it. So yeah, we ended the conversation and that was it. And then I think the next day I was a bit like, oh, this is embarrassing. Like, I can't believe I actually like called this guy. And then I texted him, the thing is with me, like when something is in my head, it's in my head. I'm not gonna, I can't let it go unless it's physically done, unless I've done it, you know. I then messaged him and he was just so rude and just so annoying, and I was just like, ew, like a whole me, Nadine, why am I acting as if like this guy's God? He really isn't, you know what I mean? I don't know whether people read me the wrong way. I was actually having this conversation with my friend Rihanna, actually. We were saying, like, I feel like there's this perception, maybe because we're seen as pretty girls or whatever, that people expect us to maybe like be really like kind of like uptight and rude or just not as like engaging. If you know me, you know, like I just like to have a good time. Like, I'm very chill, like, but I think obviously initial meeting, I do know I have a little bit of social anxiety, so initial meetings I'm always a bit like, ooh, I'm a little bit more reserved. And then because I get told that I have a resting bitch face and that I'm not like, I don't come across really warm, it's more so like I'm just a little bit more reserved because I don't know you, so I do come across a little bit more harsh. But when you get to know me, like, I'm a joke, like I'm a ball of a time, like I'm a litty person. So I feel like when it comes to online, I think a lot of people just see my looks and they just assume, okay, this one's gonna be a bit of a hard one, or she's gonna, like, you know, be playing games, whatever. And I know some guys actually like that. They prefer that. They do like the chase. And I'm also, if I actually like you, be straight up with you and I'm just gonna talk with you and we're gonna see where it goes. But I find like some guys, they get disinterested from that because they're expecting like a game. And I'm just not like that type of person. Maybe I'm just getting the vibe that sometimes people don't expect that from me, like they expect a different personality, and I'm just not that. And another thing, a lot of people just are too uptight. Like, these guys, like, I'm throwing a joke and you want to be taking things so seriously. It's like, chill, you know, you can laugh. Even as recently as, what, 2 days ago, I was speaking to a guy, stopped talking to me randomly, so I messaged him and I was like, hey, what's up? You know, like, how's it going? And I'm trying to be, like, fun. I'm trying to have a good laugh, you know, just, like, to make it, like, a light, like, it's not a serious situation. And obviously, I guess he read into the situation as being quite serious. And then he was like, oh, you don't understand, I just moved here, things were going on. And I'm just like, you guys all love to say things are going on when you want to, like, cop out of not talking to someone. And maybe I need to be better at reading into situations, granted. And I generally just love to meet someone in person who just gets me, who's confident enough to come speak to me, and we just can have a good time. So like, guys don't do that anymore because they feel like they can hide behind like all these online dating platforms. It's easier for them. There's no rejection. If you don't talk to me, you don't talk to me, okay, cool, whatever. But I feel like the guys that then do approach me in reality are just, my God. While I was still in Birmingham studying, I had some guy come up to me in the supermarket. Like, he literally followed me around the shop. And then he came over to me and he was like, hey, and I was like, oh my God, hey. Cut long story short, I ended up meeting up with him. We went on a date. I wouldn't even call it a date, but we went out together. This is a grown-ass guy. Took me to a university pub that was empty, which was very creepy. And he ordered himself a drink. He got me a J2. And then this guy proceeded to tell me he just basically wanted me for sex. And I was just there like, literally had my J2 and I was just there like, what? And yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm not looking for anything serious. Like if we can develop, something serious can develop from the whole sleeping with you. And I was like, what in the world? And I know 50 Shades of Grey have just come out at this point, but really, boy, like, I don't know what type of nonsense this is. Like, the audacity. And you know what's so crazy, guys? I actually sat there and I listened to him talk to me. I was a lodo. There was nothing in my brain. If that was to happen to me today, I swear to God, I don't even know how I'd react. I'd be like, are you actually sick? And this guy was fairly older than me. I think he was maybe like in his mid-20s, so maybe like 26, 27. I was like 19, 20. And he was like, yeah, there's nothing really, I don't see anything really special about you, but I get the fact that you're a bit more mysterious. That's quite different. And I was just like, what? Who are you talking to? Like, I can't believe I actually stayed there, guys. Like, I really can't. I might have to do a separate story time on this because it was actually shocking. Like, even till today, my brain, I cannot register the fact that I sat there like one foolish girl. I sat there and I let this idiot talk to me. Oh, wow. But yeah, I just find like dating for me is just, it's just crazy. And now I'm feeling like I'm gonna be 25 in, what, we were in March? April, May. Oh my God, in 2 months. It's so scary. Yeah, I'm just like, does that mean I'm gonna be alone forever? It's like, whoa, like, when is this dude of mine gonna show up? TikTok, TikTok. But on a serious note, like, really? Like, am I that terrible? I just feel like dating in general is just really hard these days. And I know, not just me, for a lot of people as well. Oh, guys, I don't know, man. Do you know anyone? There are no options out here, there really aren't. And I'm just flabbergasted. I'm just shocked because where do people find people anymore? Like, I just don't know. I feel like maybe I'm so out of touch with like society and the world. Okay, granted, I don't go out a lot, but really, do I need to be in the clubs or do I need to be in bars to meet people? Like, I just don't understand. Yeah, the online dating platform for me is just crazy. I think I'm ready to just give up on it because it's just not really working. I think that people just, I don't know, people just read me the wrong way. So I don't know, is it just me? Because I know for other people it's worked out. Like, you know, I have friends of friends who have said they, you know, they're in committed relationships and they've met people on Tinder of all places. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's possible. Like, it'd be nice to have a little somebody, you know, even if it's just to go on dates with, why not? Free food. No, I'm joking. I can afford to take myself out for food, but it's just nice. Just be nice to have some company. Do you know what I mean? Just have someone who you both like and have all that, but like get the butterfly feelings and that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to meet somebody. It'd be nice to have a little somebody that you can like get some cute texts from, and you can send some cute texts to, and you know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Is it in the stars for me? Because at this point, I don't know. I really don't know. God, it'd be great if you could just drop somebody in front of me and be like, okay, this is your dude. But to be honest, if he did that, I'd probably just look past it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Who knows? I could be making a video in a couple of weeks saying, hey, I found, yeah, right, that, let's be real, that's never gonna happen. But yeah, I think this is really it for the video. There's really not much else for me to actually say, to be honest. I guess this is more of a rant video. I guess I'm just wanting to rant to somebody, so it's you guys. And if you've actually made it through to the end of this video, well done. Yeah, I feel like I don't know how coherent this video is going to be, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're experiencing some kind of issues when it comes to dating or online dating or just meeting people in general, like, share with me. Like, let me know I'm not in this alone, because boy, it is crazy out here. It really is. And granted, yeah, I feel like maybe I don't put myself out there as much, and maybe I do come across, maybe I'm a little bit more closed off, I guess, in a weird way. I'm expecting people to read my mind, but it's impossible. But then I'm always also like, how do I change my aura? Like, what do I do? Like, I get told I need to smile a lot more, and I'm thinking, naturally, I'm not a smiley person. Like, when I'm in conversation, I'm joking, like, I'm a very animated person. When I'm out and about just doing my thing, like, I don't walk around with a smile on my face like this. Like, I find it like it's a lot of effort for me to do that. My face naturally is just the way it is, and it just so happens to be like a non-smiley face. And people read into that the wrong way. They're like, oh my god, she's such a babe. Oh my god, she thinks she's so smooth. And I'm like, no, it's just my face. And then on top of that, okay, because I then take pride in the way I look and my appearance, oh, she must think that she's better than everyone else. And that's just generally not me, if you know me. Like, that's not me at all. So yeah, maybe there are a few things I could work on myself, but Will I? Who knows? Who knows? I'm joking. Yeah, it's just really interesting, this dating thing, and yeah, find a partner and whatnot. Like, it cringes me out sometimes talking about this stuff, because I'm like, ew, but nobody wants to nobody wants to be alone, you know what I mean? Everyone wants a little somebody, like, you know? But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. If you guys really enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I mean, if you are dating, I'm wishing you the best of luck with it. If you're online dating, I'm praying it works for you, because at least it's working for someone. No, on a serious note though, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know these are conversations I have with my friends all the time, so I'm just gonna I guess I just decided to record it and put it online, like, eek. Now anyone and everyone who can see this, she's desperate, she's desperate. Yeah, no, maybe. No, I'm not desperate. I just would like to meet someone, at least have a conversation with someone that I know I'm, you know, that we're just generally on the same page. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching for the last time, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.